This time it's different. Oh, those are some dangerous words. Hey, what is up? Thanks for stopping by, taking your time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. My name is Keith Wilson. I am a practicing financial advisor here to hopefully spread a little wealth of information and cut through this noise of all this market volatility and stuff, okay? All right, here we go. The S&P 500 is approaching bear market territory, and who knows, by the time this video is posted, we could already be there. And what we're seeing a lot of is a lot of negative economic indicators. You know, inflation rate is up, gas prices continue to rise, you got the Russia-Ukraine conflict going on, and everything seems to be down. So what I'm telling my clients is you got to be calm during these times and not to panic, because panic is not a strategy. So if you make a rash decision, that could very well derail your long-term goals. So you really want to be in when the markets rebound and not potentially miss out. You've heard of it. You got to be in it to win it, right? However, here's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of the old "this time it's different" phrase. That's thrown out at me all the time. And it seems every time there is a crisis that affects the market or your portfolio, this comes up. This time it's different. Now, I would say this. I would say, you're kind of right. But I would say every event is different, but every outcome has been the same. The stock market has gone on to reach new highs following bear markets and recessions. I mean, you look at the crash of '87. You look at, 9/11 and the tech stock bubble. You look at the financial crisis in '08. They all recovered. And there have been several times that the markets have dropped throughout the year, but recovered by year's end for a positive gain. And you know what? 2020 is a great example of this. When the pandemic hit in early 2020, the S&P dropped by close to 35% in a very short time from February to mid-March. And people were, panicking and saying this time it's different. We haven't had a global pandemic like this in our lifetimes. Now, they were saying surely the market would continue to fall and would take years to recover. However, from April to August, the market recovered, and by year's end had an 18% return. If we go back to the Great Recession in '08 and '09, we saw that in 2009, throughout that year, the S&P 500 dropped 27%, but by year's end had a positive return of 26.5%. Now listen, I don't know if this year is going to be the same as that in 2022, but making rash decisions based on emotions may not be the best course of action. For example, just recently a client called me the other day that I acquired, about 6 months ago. And we developed a plan for his retirement, right? And he had roughly $250,000 earmarked for retirement, and that was some 20 plus years away. And he called with some concerns, and he said, "Hey, Keith, if it drops to 200,000, I think we should pull out and wait it out." So I asked him this: "When do you want me to get back in?" And he said, "When it goes back up." Now, think about that. You really didn't accomplish anything. Number one, and if it did go back up, a lot of people will say, well, I don't trust that. I want to see it go up, for a period of time. Then what you did is you sold low and you bought back in at a higher price. Still, I get it. Your emotions, they can get the better of you, but let's take a look at past market cycles. Since 1926, the average increase of a bull market has been 387% and lasted on average 7.2 years. Now, while the average bear market decline was 39%, but it only had an average duration of 1.3 years, and that occurred every 7.7 years. So remaining invested, that's critical in order to pursue your goals. And if you're thinking about, getting out and getting in, back in, out, that's market timing. And that could backfire on you. What could happen is you get a head fake. For example, in the last 20 years or so, 21 of the 25 worst trading days were followed within a month by one of the best trading days. So missing even a few of the market's best days, listen, that could dramatically impact your return. Now, I know it's not fun going through this volatility and you're seeing your account go down. But one thing I have learned, both as an investor myself and a financial advisor, is be persistent, patient, and taking a disciplined approach. That's typically the best course of action. So, is this time different? Sure, every event's different, but the outcome with the markets have always been the same: to reach new highs.
We're renegades.